I'm gonna go. We're about to start broadcasting. I'm gonna hit the button right now. Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm Kent Jones. This is Full Entertainment Media, and this is the night of the shutdown. Hey, how's everybody doing? And I hear the shutdown is going to actually shut down. I think Felix has some information on that as well. Media, and
hey, this is Felix the Cat, and I'm reporting from Sputnik. I'm getting this report from Sputnik.com. U.S. House lawmakers leave Capitol, guaranteeing partial government shutdown. Friday evening, the U.S. House of Representatives adjourned without Congress having approved funding for the federal government to continue functioning, meaning that at midnight, federal agencies will begin to shut down. With the federal government shut down, government employees will face furloughs and delayed payments for work as the bureaucracy slowly grinds to a halt. The basic functions of government, such as air traffic controllers, the Secret Service, diplomats, and the Post Service, but non-essential functions, such as the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, national libraries, forests and parks, and the space agency NASA, would heavily furlough their workforces. About 400,000 federal workers would continue to work with of defense, labor, education, and health, and human services have already been signed, so those areas are unaffected. Lawmakers have also cleared bills funding the legislative branch, military, construction, veterans affairs, and energy and water development, ABC noted. The impending shutdown was the focus of a deep-seated battle between U.S. President Donald Trump and congressional Democrats over the issue of funding his pet project, the border wall with Mexico. Trump made clear he would okay no funding bill without a deal for money for $5.7 billion in wall funding. A House bill on Thursday actually did provide such funding, but the Senate failed to pass the bill, while Trump urged Senate Republican leaders to invoke the so-called nuclear option and reduce the number of necessary votes for the bill to pass from 60 votes to a mere 51, stifling the ability of Democrats in opposition to block the bill. That wasn't an option Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell chose to invoke Friday. From 60 votes to a mere 51, stifling the ability. And that's the update from the government shutdown that's about to happen.
This is Banking Reimagined.
And
what's in your
about an hour. Mitch McConnell chose to invoke Friday.
How long are we until?
Breaking news tonight. This on Capitol
Here's coming
Hill,
out of CNN right now.
President Trump what he wants, a mammoth funding bill that includes new.
I know y'all can't hear this, but it's on the.
Part of the government.
Let's listen to this real quick.
Nobles has the latest from Capitol Hill. So Ryan, this bill passed the House, but at the Senate, does he have the votes?
Well, we can't really hear it.
Jim, it is very hard to find anybody on Capitol Hill who believes that the Senate will pass this, specifically with the margin necessary to pass this legislation. They'll likely need 60 votes to get it over the finish line. You know, Democratic leaders have been insistent that they have no interest in supporting any type of legislation, even if it means keeping the government open, if it includes funding for a border wall. The $5.5 billion that was inserted into this bill by House Republicans about an hour ago is exactly what the Democrats are opposed to. And to be clear, Jim, there's also quite a few Republicans on this.
We're listening to what's coming out of CNN right now.
With the way that this language
I'm not
was
hearing
inserted into this bill.
You're only you're listening, buddy.
After it
We
seemed
can't
both
hear.
the White House, the House,
Because you have
and the Senate
headphones plugged
leaders
in, I
on both
think.
Republican
No, but the viewers at home can hear it. We're sorry, they're not. The viewers at home can hear it.
Until February. So the big question.
No, I know you can't. I know you can't.
Next, and you know, Jim, there are Republicans in the
Because you
House
have
who believe that this
I know you can't hear it.
Democrats and the White House to begin another conversation on border wall.
This is the first time era, people. We're trying to work this together, but I know y'all can hear it, but they can't hear it because they're in the studios. We'll call them the kayfabe studios.
And the president turned his back on that deal, and so now a shutdown seems very likely as we are now approaching midnight deadline on Friday night.
I know y'all can hear it, but they can't hear it. Because he said that a shutdown is definitely kayfabe studios. Now we got a commercial playing. I'm sorry about that, folks. Word from our sponsors.
It's only a partial shutdown, though, so it's not the entire government shutting
Yes,
down.
I
It's
was
just like
not skeptical, but I asked
certain
tough questions
parts of the
during those
government,
debates
which I already
on
explained.
Iraq.
So what were you saying, Felix? Say that again.
It's only a partial shutdown, though. I said not the entire government's shutting down. It's only a partial government shutdown. So,
And why is
I already
that?
explained how it's going to work.
Why is it only a partial shutdown? How can the government shut down? Oh, yeah. I know. Okay, now I'm following what you're saying.
There's still going to be government employees that are getting paid, but there's going to be a bunch of them who are going to have to wait until Congress reauthorizes the spending bill.
How can the government shut down? Oh, yeah. I know. Okay, now I'm following what you're
There's still
saying.
going to be government employees that are getting paid, but there's going to be a bunch of them. There's still going to be certain functions that still stay open, like NASA and things like that.
Okay, the bigger question is, how long is the shutdown going to last?
Until they can make an agreement. I mean, the thing is, as long as there's a government shutdown, that's going to be expensive to the government because, as long as it's shut down, that's money lost. And then, there's also just shutting down the government, just the process of shutting it back down and opening it back up. That costs money as well. So that's money lost. And then, there's also just shutting down the government, just the process of shutting it back down and opening it back up. That costs money as well. So are you guys going to talk and say something, or are we going to hear silence?
Oh, I was listening to you. I'm so sorry if it comes across bad, but because we're just gonna have to watch it in post. We're gonna watch it in the post production, and hopefully it comes across good. But I was listening to you. I was listening to you. I'm so sorry if it. Yeah, right. Good luck. This is really a lot to try to do. Because I'm hearing echoes. For those of you who do not know, I'm hearing echoes. So I have to wait to listen to the echo to come through so I can actually listen to Felix. Yeah, right. Good luck. It's really a lot to try to do. Because I'm hearing echoes. For those of you who do not know, I'm hearing echoes. Let's talk about another conversation. Tell me what you think about the Impact Wrestling deal that got signed.
I have mixed feelings on it. It feels like it's a smaller network than Pop TV. So I assume it's going to be in less homes available. I have already checked.
You know it's not an exclusive deal, right?
It feels like it's a smaller network. Hold on. I've already checked what channel, like who carries it. And it looks like Spectrum does not carry this channel. So if I have to get the channel, I'd have to switch to AT&T or DirecTV or Dish Network, something like that. So it's possibly, if I switch it, I'm probably going to switch to AT&T. So the downside, it's probably in less homes available because Spectrum doesn't even carry it. The reason I think that they chose to go with Pursuit, the TV network, is because from what I have seen, it's one of the sister networks to the Fight network. So that's all under Anthem Sports. So they also have like a fantasy sports channel. So all these networks are owned by Anthem. So I guess they figured, hey, if we own the broadcasting rights, we don't have to worry about whatever channel screws Impact over, putting them at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
TV did. If we own the broadcasting thing is that
it also
from what I saw on the Pursuit channel, that's not even going to be on prime time. Impact over, putting them at 10 o'clock, until midnight, whatever TV did. And I guess they're going to be going on Friday nights. From what I saw, on January 11th, that's not even the first premiere.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is not an exclusive deal, so they can broadcast the show on Twitch, and they can also broadcast the show on Facebook. They can use their platforms. They can. Yeah, but here's the thing. They couldn't do that with any other TV deal they've ever had before.
But who's going to order the
They
channel?
can broadcast the show on Twitch, and they can also
What's the
broadcast
point of getting
show
people to order the
on
channel if you can
Facebook.
just
They can
put it
use
on
their
social
platforms.
media?
Well, the difference is you legally can do that. You can make money in different
But
ways,
who's going to order the
and
channel?
also this show
What's the
can,
point of
there's
getting
no
people to
reason
order
why
the
this show
channel
can't
if you can
air
just
on different
put it on social media? Right,
they,
but what's the
they
reason
can
of
air on different
purchasing the
networks.
network?
Legally can do
What's
that.
what's the reason of purchasing that network?
They
Switch
can
to
they can have
different cable
they
company
can have
if you can just watch it
multiple
through social
shows.
media.
There's no reason why this show can't air. They can have multiple shows.
Right, but what's the reason of
They can air
purchasing
on
the
different
network?
networks.
What's the reason of purchasing that network? Switching
They
to
can
different
have
cable. I mean, it's not in prime time though. That's another issue.
Yeah.
What time did they say?
I heard 10 o'clock is what I'm hearing.
So they're keeping to the 10 o'clock thing, it looks like. And it's a channel that's owned by Anthem Sports, so that's another issue. What channel? I don't know. And then they're moving to Friday nights, it looks like, right?
I heard 10 o'clock is what I'm hearing.
So they're keeping to the 10 o'clock thing. It's not going to be Thursdays anymore. And it's a channel that's owned by Anthem Sports, so that's going to be, getting the fans used to a different time slot on a completely different day. It's not going to be Thursdays anymore. I mean, you can see the ratings tanking even more than they have on Pop TV. Getting the fans used to a different time slot.
I'm not so sure about that.
Day. Well, they don't really include social media ratings in the numbers. Tanking even more so than they have on that's Pop TV. Needs evolution for
I'm not so
how
sure
they
about that.
check ratings. That needs to be changed. They don't really include but we've been saying that for years and nothing's really happened. So that's needs evolution for
I personally think that it's an opportunity for an explosion on this channel in the future, an impact on a bigger channel, hopefully WGN.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder why they wouldn't have announced the WGN thing, sooner.
For maybe WGN's not available right now, and they know.
I would assume that they are available. I just don't get why they haven't announced it with WGN yet. The whole discussion, the whole
well, you never understand how contracts are working.
And Sci-Fi, I think, but Sci-Fi I didn't expect anything to happen with that, because that's like NBC Universal or something.
So I see our viewership is jumping through the roof. I'm guessing that's because we advertised at 11 o'clock and we just hit the 11 o'clock hour.
So we were talking earlier about the government shutdown and what's basically going to happen going forward. The government's still going to stay open partially, and it's partially going to be shut down. So we were talking earlier so some people will be getting paid if they're federal workers, and some people will have to just wait until Congress approves the spending bill, reauthorizes it. So partially going to be shut down. It's about Trump getting them funding for the border wall. And some people or just wait until Congress, or if he doesn't, then he calls the government shutdown.
Hold on a second. We got a word from CNN. We got a word from CNN. Hold on.
Over the president's campaign promise of a border wall, we're also learning that his pick to be acting White House Chief of Staff once had rather harsh words for President Trump's push for a border wall. The audio of Mick Mulvaney was just uncovered by CNN's K-File team. K-File senior editor Andrew Kaczynski joins me now. Andrew, where did Mulvaney make these latest comments, and what did he have to say?
Yeah, so Mulvaney made these comments in a local news interview in South Carolina in August 2015.
Saying 7 minutes until the shutdown.
Sort of insult the
Am I seeing
calling it
Am I seeing that right? I can't see the screen.
Says that a wall, a physical barrier, won't actually stop undocumented immigrants from crossing the border. And he says he's talking with the border farmers, ranchers, don't actually want it. Let's take a listen to what Mulvaney
says.
The fence doesn't solve the problem. Is it?
He's saying the fence doesn't solve. The fence does not solve the problem.
To just say build the darn fence and have that be the end of an immigration discussion is absurd and almost childish for someone running for president to take that
whether the fence
view.
thing was the issue or not, we'd still be.
They
They would still be future government.